It's time for Ride Along with Vegas.
Drive from head to toe. If you can't say anything nice, you better just not say anything. Put a lock on your lips before they have a chance to slip. Throw the key away until you find something hard to say. It's better to never say a single word than to say things that shouldn't be heard. If you can't say anything nice, you better just not say anything. Put a lock on your lips before they have a chance to slip. Throw the key away until you find something hard to say. It's better to never say a single word than to say things that shouldn't be heard.
Yeah! Another one!
Some people want a treasure of silver and gold. They want a house that is fancy, a sight to behold. But I am looking unto Jesus. He's coming someday, and He will give me a treasure that won't pass away. I wanna lay up my treasure in heaven. I wanna lay up my treasure above. Just like Jesus said, I wanna spend it all on earth. Lay up my treasure above. Soon I will see my Savior in heaven above, and I will praise Him and thank Him for His mercy and love. And I will gather my treasure that's waiting for me, and I will bring them to
Baptized
Jesus
by
to lay
the
at
fiery
His
spirit of the Lord. That's that tingling, like Sky beaming you up. Feel it. You're in the spirit. That fire baptism. Because the Lord is a consuming fire. I say the Father because
Inspirational
we were
Christian
instructed
programming.
to pray
WYFI Norfolk.
by the Lord. What did He say? When ye pray, say, Our Father, which art in heaven. See, the Lord's prayers are outlined. It's not for you to repeat it when you think you're praying. No, it's teaching
We're
you
just
how
simple
to
folk
pray.
here. We live in Tinyburg, a small town, something like
as your
yours,
Father,
or where you're
because
from.
that's who
I bet
He
where
is.
you'd like to be.
Why am I
Life's a
talking
little
like
slower
this?
and faster
Because
here.
this is the way that I talk.
Hi, I'm Uncle Billy Cutro, and I've
I'm
lived
not
in Tinyburg
yelling.
all my life.
This is the way I
I've sure heard
talk.
some interesting stories down through the years, but I'll let a friend of mine take care of that. Bob Hastings, great storyteller. We do all kinds of round here.
All right. Excuse us, folks. We're having a little technical difficulties here, but we're going to resume programming right about now, and I'm going to take over here. So we were having a discussion as far as these so-called sanctified women who look like the world and pretty much to a certain extent act like the world, being all silly, and playful all the time and all this garbage. You know what I'm saying? Which there's no such description of a holy woman in the word of the Father. You know what I'm saying? Now, some of you may say, why does he say the Father? Well, I'm glad you asked that question, because do you remember when the Master, Yeshua, said, when you pray, say ye, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done. I'm quite sure you're familiar with the Lord's Prayer, but that's not an actual prayer. It's an outline for a prayer, for how to pray. He was teaching them how to pray. So first thing, Our Father, which art in heaven. You're acknowledging the Father's deity, his power, his glory, his supremacy. You're giving him praise. You begin your prayer with praise. Hallowed be thy name. You know what I'm saying? Then you go into basically more praise. Thy will be done. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. He's in control. Everything that happens is because he wants it to happen. You know, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Now, you must remember that the Lord said, we don't live by bread alone, but every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Father. Okay? One thing I need to clear up before we go any further is the fact that any discrepancies in the scriptures that we have is due to the translation of men. Because logically speaking, let's think about this. You have a language, Hebrew, that was translated into Greek, that was translated into Latin, that was then translated into English. When all along there could have been a Hebrew to English translation. Maybe not exactly in the days when the first quoted Bibles were made, but it most certainly can be done now. So, with that being said, why haven't anyone done it? You know, why can't we get the direct translation? I know it's possible because it's seen it online, just like the name of the Lord, the Messiah. You know what I'm saying? That's actually Meshach for Messiah. Direct translation. The name of the Lord. His actual name is Yeshu. Y-E-S-H-U. That's the only name in history that has known to be used for the Lord only. Not Yeshua, like a lot of people say, because that's Joshua. There is no J in the Hebrew language. It's a Y. So Yahshua. But no, that's not the name. The Bible says there's one name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved. So if that's the case, if that's the facts, then how can we be using a name that some other man has been called to describe his grace? The grace, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, not a king, not a Lord, but the one and only. How can we properly address him if we don't properly address him? Please, somebody explain that to me. Hit me in the DM. Set me on the right path. Because I think I'm like Paul right about now. You know what I'm saying? I've been struck down in my Damascus road. And it took the Lord to be able to raise me up and cause me to be able to see, because I was so blind, like in the Matrix. We plugged into a system and you think it's right, but it's wrong. You better really wake up. People rocking around talking about, I'm woke, I'm woke. No, no, no. You're still asleep. Sleep like a giant. Sleeping giant. And not in the sense of the term, what that truly means. But you're big time asleep. Because you think you're going the right way, but you're going the wrong way. What did Yeshua say in the scriptures? Those that think they're teachers need to be taught. Let me tell you something. Alright? Since you think you're all high and mighty, okay, I'm going to break you down a little bit. Because I'm going to show you how foolishness this system is that you following. And yes, you're following the system because you're doing exactly what they want you to do. I want anybody to show me proof in the scriptures where the Sabbath day was changed from the seventh day to the first day. When the fourth commandment says, honor the Sabbath day and keep it holy, and you're supposed to uphold all the 10 commandments. And all of the 10 commandments are categorized under the golden rule. Loving the Lord with everything and your neighbor as yourself. Everything that's in the 10 commandments falls under those two things. So please explain to me how you're keeping the 10 or the 2 if you're worshiping on the first day of the week, following man's tradition, instead of obeying the Lord and worshiping on the seventh day and keeping it holy. Please explain that to me. Question mark. You can't, because it's not in there. Nowhere. All of y'all being disobedient. And obedience is better than sacrifice. So all that stuff you doing, all that stuff you think you doing, in the name of the Lord, you just fell into the lot of Matthew 7:21 through 23. Surprise! Surprise! It's talking about you. Because you rather obey man than the Creator, the Father. You rather obey man, the traditions of men, than the commands of the Father. That's exactly what you're doing. Search it out in history. 320 AD, Emperor Constantine decreed that the Sabbath would no longer be the seventh day, but it will be the first day of the week. Reason being, the Catholic Church coaxed him into making the change so they could increase the size of the church. And you know what that means? Larger congregation mean larger offering. So the heathen could worship with the church. Come on now. Do your research. Everybody got Google. You can find out the information if you choose to. What Timothy 2:15 say? Huh? Study to show yourself approved unto who? The Father. Under who? The Father. Under who? The Father. Yeah. Are you doing it? Or are you satisfying man? Wow. What a wake-up call.